Just wrapped up this Cummins exhaust manifold swap out. There was a big crack right down the back end of it over here. So I didn't record what I was doing, but I'll give you the rundown. This is a 2001. Remove the air vent, a couple easy bolts. Down here, there's a collar. I believe that's a 12 millimeter socket that hooks up to your turbo. Right here, 13/16 wrench to take that one off. Lift that one up and out of the way. 15 millimeter bolts or nuts between the exhaust manifold and the turbo. I just loosened those, and then I came to the back. Kind of hard to see, but where the turbo hooks into the exhaust, two 13 millimeters from the back side. They're pretty easy to get to with a socket wrench. And then it's easier, at least in my opinion, to just take it out. Just remove the whole thing now. Makes it a lot easier to get to the bolts in the back for the exhaust manifold. There's a little brad here that holds two lines together, heater hose, I believe. So you're going to undo that, just take that off, and then back here, I want to say that's a 15 millimeter. You're going to take that one off, and that'll allow you to move that heater hose kind of out of the way. I've seen a couple people where they actually just cut through it, which is cool too. I guess, do what you got to do. And then replaced pulled all these bolts here. These are all 13 millimeter. Use anti-seize on it first, or a liquid wrench on it first to spray it down, and it helps if your engine is warm, and then it makes it a little easier. I had a problem, not this one, but the one at the bottom. One of the very bottom stripped. So ended up getting in there with the grinder and just ground it off, and then the whole exhaust manifold came out. And then when you go back in, you can put your turbo on. I opted not to. A lot of people put their turbo on the bench, and they find that it's easier. I had a really hard time getting to these bolts down here, and this all has to get torqued out. So these are 32 foot-pounds. You start 1, 2, 3, 4, and then you come over here 5, 6, back over there 7, 8, and then come to this side 9, 10, 11, 12. Those are all 32 foot-pounds. I just took it to 16. I hand tied it first, all of them, then 16, then up to 32 on all of them. And then when I got that all torqued in, that's when I reattached the turbo. So the turbo went back on, and hand tightened here where it connects up with the exhaust manifold. These are going to be 32 foot-pounds as well, and these top two are easy to get to, and the bottom one closest to your radiator is easy to get to, but the one in the back is a pain in the ass to get to. So I chose to just do the one pain in the ass one as opposed to trying to torque all these ones down here. There's like 4 down at the bottom. I chose the one and just decided to make one pain in the ass as opposed to 4 pain in the asses. So once that's done, reattached and tightened back at the tailpipe, and I forgot there's like a little flange down here, or an inlet here. I forgot about that one. When you remove that one, it's easy to take off as well. I think those are 13 millimeters. See if I can get down there. It's just behind the turbo. You can kind of see him right here, kind of coming down. That's super easy to get to. Then I reattach the flange. There's a little washer in there, a little ring gasket. So you can put that one back on. It's pretty, it wasn't damaged at all. I just greased it up and reused it. And then the text says to put in a couple ounces, I think it was 2 ounces of oil into your hose, reattach, and then spin the turbo by hand. Give that a number of spins to kind of help get the oil going through the system again. I didn't attach this until after I started it up. So once I saw that everything was good and that there wasn't any exhaust leaks, I went back and attached the hose. So that was how I did it. I know that everybody's going to do it their own way, but if it was not for that bolt way down there in the back, I probably would have been done in about 2.5 to 3 hours, take off and install. But it went about 4 because of the grinding. I did try to save the bolt. It just don't bother. Just grind that stupid thing off. It does help though if your block is hot. Maybe plan ahead. Put some penetrating fluid in there first, some liquid wrench. Let that kind of soak through, and good luck. I think it was a pretty, like a 6 out of 10 on difficulty level. The person wanted this stock. The person I was doing it for wanted the stock exhaust manifold. You can get really cool aftermarket ones that are actually easier to install. So that's what we went with. And some people are like, you got to use your old bolts again. She's got 220,000 miles on it. She probably is not going to be taking off this exhaust manifold ever again. That's my thought. And anti-seize. If I didn't say that already, put your anti-seize on your threads when those go in. But no, I don't think most of those bolts are in pretty good shape. And there's one that I stripped off, and that one has been replaced. So there you go. Thanks for watching.